Hi everyone, welcome to the new episode of Yotewo podcast. And today we have our new guest, Alexandra Trotsik, Head of Operations at Simple App. So Alexandra, thanks so much for coming. First of all,
Hi.
It's an honor to have you here as a guest and the first time we meet in person. So looking forward to having a chat. I think to start with, let's make a slightly small intro about yourself. If you can walk us through your journey in tech, how you ended up in this field, and in general about your journey here.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's good to see you. So actually, I feel like my case is a rare case there. I work in the field, in exactly field that I studied.
Okay.
Because in university I studied management.
Okay.
And my thesis were in a theme like how to improve social, psychological method management.
Okay.
So
cool.
Here I am doing exactly that.
That's cool.
And I started as a project manager. And consistently for the past 10 years, I work in around any kind of operations like engineering and stuff. And before Simple, I work in fintech, but after a while decided to go to health sector.
Nice, amazing. How did you, with the university, was it your kind of like passion to go for management and social sciences, or was it just like good at the time? What drew you into that?
I actually always like these people who in school and in any kind of, groups just suddenly become a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like that.
So I'm that kind of person.
Okay.
So actually, on a serious note, when I see some kind of chaos, I just couldn't help myself. I need to organize it.
Fix it, okay.
Yeah, I need to fix it. I need to make it right.
Okay.
So this is exactly that. So when I was choosing like where to go, I decided like I'm like management. Management is about like organizing something, structure and stuff.
Okay.
So that's why.
Amazing. That's pretty cool. So you started. What was the first project? So you had a bit different verticals. You started from, I think, financial. Was it the first one?
No, actually, my first one was in marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked in marketing agency.
Nice.
As a product manager, we did actually like any kind of marketing, like websites and stuff.
Yeah.
After I moved to fintech with money. And so after a while, for the past actually like 4 years, I work in Simple App.
Okay, nice. So the last 4 years in healthcare, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. I think perfect. Let's get to the sort of the nature of operations side of things. I think the cool thing about operations, we have our chief of operations as well in the company. I think the cool thing is it combines and at the same time it makes it difficult as well. It combines internal process and external process. Like for instance, internal like team, external like users of the product, etc. So my question is like, what do you think is a good skill set for like operations person? And in general, like on practice, like what do you need to know to actually be able to run operations?
So it actually really depends on the stage of your company.
Okay.
And the first skill is to clearly understand where you're right now.
Okay.
Because it's completely different for a team of 5 people.
Yeah.
When like you're 5, you're early stage startup, the only thing actually that you need is just passionate people who will push through, make things happen, and that's it.
Executors,
right? Yeah, but with time, with growth, you need to be able to build a framework to actually like validate and experiment with your hypothesis as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So the ability to build a system for fast experimentation.
Yeah.
And this is actually for me a core. And this one actually at any stage, because if you work slow, like and you validate your hypothesis for months and months, you will end up.
Of course.
Yeah, maybe after a month you will find out that actually no one actually needed. So.
Of course, yeah, that's an interesting one. And what stage do you think should startups like find operations director like instantly at the early stage, or is it like the person that they would need probably like at the seed stage or like a couple of years after they launch, or is it something that it's good to set up from the beginning?
I feel like if you can, it's a good thing to have at the beginning, because the right person will start from zero and will help you to understand how exactly to make this framework scalable, but at the same time flexible, right? Yeah. But if you don't have an ability to, hire this particular person, you actually, I don't know, maybe if to put it like in any kind of frame, mainly from, I don't know, like 5 people or something.
Yeah.
If you have a bigger team,
Yeah.
I would actually suggest you don't need like operational director or chief of
Just
operations
someone,
or something,
yeah,
right? Just someone who is understand how
the
processes
process,
work,
yeah.
right? How to create this framework for fast delivery. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good point. I agree. And okay, amazing. And I think for founders, well, I think before we get to that question, because I have a question about like correlation of operational
Yeah.
investment, but before that, can you share a bit more about your journey at Simple in terms of like how it started, how you started with the project, and in general, like how it evolved over 4 years, like how your responsibilities changed? Just a bit of background on that.
Yeah. Actually, I had an interesting experience with Simple because when I joined, the whole company was not that small. I mean, like maybe 15 people or something.
Okay.
So, but the growth team that I joined
Yeah.
particularly were like 3 people.
Okay.
So we had our
Cool.
chief of growth,
Yeah.
1 engineer, 1 designer, and that's it.
Okay.
So
That's pretty cool.
I joined at the early stage growth team,
Yeah.
and with time we hire more people, and now
Amazing.
we're around like, I feel like plus 15, 16,
Okay.
something like that.
Amazing.
So we
it's-
have a huge engineering team, and
Amazing.
this experience,
Yeah.
not to upset anyone else, my favorite one, because it felt like a startup inside startup,
Okay.
because
Interesting.
we built our team from scratch,
Yeah.
and this is exactly what I said before. I started to create this framework from 3 people
Yeah.
to, more and more.
Yeah.
And now we have this like fast and flexible framework, but
That's
only
amazing.
because I did it from scratch. So
Yeah. Amazing. And how did you in the first place? How did you find the company? Did you just like was it like someone referred you to them or?
it was actually, yeah, someone referred me.
Yeah. That's cool.
I was working in Vivid Money, and I just started to like researching
Yeah.
for something else, and someone literally referred me and say like, Alexandra is looking for something new.
That's
And
pretty cool.
that's it. Yeah, I met Alex, our chief of growth.
Yeah.
We talked a few times, and yeah, I decided to join.
That's pretty
it.
cool.
Yeah, because we actually had a great culture match.
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand each other quickly. I'm like, yeah, this is actually what I'm interested in to build. So
Okay, that's interesting. I'll have actually one question about culture match as well.
yeah.
But before that, also one more just popped up in my head. At the Vivid Money, you were the product owner, right? That I think.
Yeah, but in in Vivid Money, it's hard to say, something particular about the
Okay.
Role,
Yeah.
because we tried to do
A bit of everything.
pretty complex thing. Yeah, we had this organizational structure in
Yeah.
circles.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, where like it's called I forgot the word.
That's
So yeah, there's particular word for that. We tried to build like this kind of a flat circle organizational structure.
Okay.
There you have, like, you could have a few roles in different teams,
Okay.
which is like based
Yeah.
only on your talents, I would say, actually. So I can have like one role in this product to build like this, like we built an internal system, like internal HRM. In another team I could do something else.
Okay.
Yeah, it was complicated. By the way, this is the case when I feel like, to look back,
Yeah.
we a little bit overdid
Yeah.
operational stuff. I mean, I feel like if we would start it a bit later,
Yeah.
we would benefit from it more,
Okay.
because we overthink not at the right time, I feel like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And the question I had from how was your transition from product owner to operations? Because well, they are interrelated, but they're slightly different. Like, did you feel this transition at all? Like from like I don't know workload, stress, like, or was it like pretty much like very natural?
I would actually say that even in the product fields, I operated as operation manager.
Okay.
Because I would always, find something to organize,
Okay. I see.
something to operate.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
you're doing beyond the product owner.
yeah. So I'm like, I was still somewhere around some kind of processes to organize. I even ended up organizing we had a Vivid conference.
Okay.
And I just did it for fun because it was in the
Okay.
COVID time.
Okay.
Not a fun time, but fun part was to
do something to get people together. Yeah.
I mean, to just organize it because we had already people in Germany and other countries. And so we organized like this stream with other countries and stuff. And it was not that easy to rent an office.
Of course, yeah.
In this time, so it was a challenge as well. Yeah, I did it for fun.
That's pretty cool, amazing. And can you also share, like a lot of founders, I myself, we have an operations guy, so I understand totally like where this comes from. But a lot of founders, they would have a question. What is the impact of operations guy on the actual investability of the company? And I've noticed like the really good thing when I was reading about your bio, you have very clear that my operations led to the increase in, let's say, monthly revenue or annual revenue. Can you share a bit more on this mindset? Because I think a lot of founders kind of miss that. Like, they miss that aspect. You know, they don't have a direct correlation between operations and the investability of the company. Yeah, maybe share your thoughts on that. Yeah.
I find it amazing in a way how people don't really get it, actually. Because your business is built by people.
Yeah.
And then, for example, like every dream of every founder is to sell your company, right?
Of course.
And when you sell your company, you're selling your team, right? No one is like just buying your app or something like that.
That's true as well.
So actually,
that's a good
this is already your answer, right? But for some reason, people don't really understand that when, again, depends on the stage, but when you say like, your investors give us money or something, they're like, okay, show me your P&L, right?
Of course, yeah.
What numbers do you have? Metrics and stuff. But those metrics is built by people. I mean, your people. And people operate in processes, right? In some kind of process. And to do that, to be able to deliver, you need system, you need some kind of framework to deliver faster, to deliver fast and quality result, right? So to do that, you need to invest, like it or not. You need to invest time and passion, and maybe hire a few, product managers and operational specialists and stuff to create this framework. Without that, you can end up in a situation where, let's say, you find someone and they're like, okay, I like your product, I like what you do, let me buy it, let's say. And you have nothing behind it, right?
Yeah, just the product,
Yeah, like some kind of chaos.
Yeah.
And people running around.
You can't
don't
really,
have, you don't have like decent numbers and stuff to show them. You don't have any kind of like documents. And stuff.
Like so, you can't really serve anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like sustainable business if you can't scale it. And again, okay, you're selling and you're merging with another company, let's say. And what exactly you're merging? Like your cars to the company. I mean.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really good perspective. And it's really good for founders to understand as well that when it comes to, you know what I really like this perspective, because it's actually about like business. It's actually about the commercial aspect of it. It's not like this, like flashy like SaaS or startup, whatever. It's actually about the commercial aspect of running the whole
I mean, no one I don't like to do any kind of process for the sake of a process.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly. You need for something.
The only thing that they are doing, we are trying to actually earn some money. Right.
Of course. Yeah.
So.
Get the market share. 100%. That's a really good perspective. I think a lot of founders kind of misunderstand this. So it's really good perspective. Perfect. Then let's get to the culture bit. So I've read a few posts. So you speak a lot about culture fit. Can you, just from your experience, decode a little bit? What do you think is actually meant by the culture fit? Because I think a lot of founders also something that a lot of founders kind of misinterpret. So would be just great to have some thoughts on that. Yeah. Just in general, like the culture fit, what actually to look at, when choosing people, culture-wise. So some bits on that.
I would start this when we're talking about culture. It's of course like different for everyone, right?
Of course.
If you're, I don't know, enjoy to be a negative person, this is up to you.
Of course.
But when I'm talking about corporate culture, I feel like you need to start with yourself and be clear with yourself. How exactly do you want to operate in your business? I mean, what kind of person you are? What kind of manager you are?
Yeah.
What kind of atmosphere and mood
Yeah.
do you want in your office? Like literally, you're
Yeah.
coming to the office. What exactly do you want to see then?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well,
it's coming from you. So once you understand that, and this is actually what not only founders but a lot of people are missing, right? They're
Yeah.
missing that everything's starting from them.
Of course, yeah.
Once you understand that, so a little bit of therapy,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I value, I don't know, honesty.
Yeah.
I value transparency.
Yeah.
I value quick results and stuff. So
Yeah.
you're like, okay, once you understand that, you need to start to be consistent
Yeah.
and lead by example.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you need to show your people consistently that you are true to your values,
Yeah.
right? And once you do that, you could quickly understand who is not really matching your vibe,
Okay.
right? And actually, with time, your people will understand that quickly. Because, let me give an example. Let's say when something happens,
Yeah.
you're this person who hates to find someone to blame. For you, it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. You're all about finding a solution.
Yeah.
And then after, when we will have time and everyone will calm down, we will understand like, okay,
Yeah.
what really happens here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you as this kind of person. But
Yeah.
someone with completely different approach join your team and
Yeah.
then something happens, they will spend the whole working day and waste day and someone else's time
Trying
to
to
just
blame
blame
something. Yeah,
someone,
makes sense.
right? To like find no, it doesn't really matter what to do. We need to find someone to blame, right?
Yeah.
So this much, right? It's not about your culture. It's not about your team.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to understand that, everyone already, right, like should have like this right mindset
Yeah.
and tell you, this guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
he spent like the whole day of the whole team trying
Yeah.
to find someone to blame.
Yeah.
This is not how we do things.
Yeah.
And this is what, like culture is telling you how exactly I would do things around here.
Yeah.
And when everyone on the same page,
Yeah.
you would surprise how smooth everything, is going.
Yeah.
Because everyone is just clicking, right?
Yeah.
When someone is not clicking,
Yeah.
they will just not, merge in your team and
Yeah.
they will eventually left and that's it.
Yeah, that's a good one. So essentially, the founders are the ones who kind of like launch the culture, integrate it into operation. That people will just organically either accept it or just not be a good fit.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty
you
much,
need
yeah.
to, when you show up and you say, like, if it's a small company,
Yeah.
then you directly influence your people.
Yeah.
If it's a big one, you influence your
Like
leadership
the
team.
managers, yeah.
Yeah, and they will pass it to the team and stuff. And
Yeah.
But yeah, everything actually comes from leadership.
Cool. That's amazing. Perfect. And also, like the other one, the other question I have, in terms of the operations, what do you think are the best metrics to use, like in general, for operations to monitor, like the team efficiency, the product efficiency in general? What metrics would you say are like kind of North Star metrics for operations? Obviously, depends on the business, but like generally.
Yeah, but I actually think that a lot of people and founders,
Yeah.
we're talking a lot about like how founders don't
Yeah.
really get it. But yeah, like the main thing is actually cost effectiveness.
Okay. That's a good one.
And this is actually the main one.
This is the one that founders don't
Yeah.
understand quite often. I think. Yeah.
They don't really understand that it's about operations.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people who would say that this is a deal for VP of finance or something,
Yeah.
but it's actually not about them.
Yeah.
You need to go to your process and see how much we're spending for it,
Yeah.
how much does it cost, how much are we earning, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And all of this actually about cost effectiveness.
Yeah. That's true.
So cost effectiveness and how quickly you could deliver.
Yeah.
And this thing you can measure in actually anything. Like if you have task tracker, you're
Yeah, yeah.
on a fancy level or something with Jira,
Yeah.
you could do it as well. But with a small team, again, you could measure it. And I would actually sum up with like cost effectiveness and
That's good.
speed of the delivery.
That's a good one. Yeah, perfect. Was it simple? Are these the metrics that you use as well, or are they like more
Yeah.
detailed one as well, or just generally?
I mean, depends on the level, I would say.
Yeah.
But since like we're working in growth, it's all about money for us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, makes sense.
It's all about money. So cost effectiveness.
Yeah.
But if you would go deeper, we have, for example, on a delivery level of experimentation, we have like the whole like growth engine experimentation process.
Okay.
We have a lot of small but really important metrics like win rate of our experiments, right?
Okay.
If like we launch, I don't know, like 1,000 experiments or something, how many are successful and stuff.
Yeah.
We have metrics around actually even like velocity, task and stuff. I don't know. I could check something like how long and how many tasks in one particular stage.
Okay.
And with that, I could actually say like I have graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if, for example, I don't know, we have a bottleneck now in QA stage or something like that.
Yeah.
So
how quickly it will be resolved and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
So you could see. I mean, it depends. How much money do you have to invest in tools?
Yeah, of course.
But all of that actually goes straight back to cost effectiveness.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one. For the tools, anything you recommend for like early stage founders? Anything you personally use or like you just like using? Kind of like any essentials.
In our stage, I like Jira.
Jira.
I know it's controversial one because a lot of people find it complicated, but at the same time, for us and actually for me, because I like to create something customized. Yeah. I mean, I don't really like box solutions. Cases. Yeah. So for us, it was perfectly because we have a lot of customized automatization, graphs and stuff. But actually, anything that would show you transparency.
Okay.
And would help you to plan efficiently. That's it. I would say this is the only thing that you need. You need to go with like pretty clear plan.
Yeah.
Be able to go back and see what exactly you did and what not, and why not.
Yeah.
And move with these iterations. That's it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
But you would imagine like how quickly you would improve your delivery and your results if you would put it on this like planning engine,
like a dashboard or something. Yeah.
But you could do it with even just with a list in your notes.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of people don't even do that. So if you do nothing, just at least open the list notes in MacBook and start to plan them.
Yeah. That's a good one. So as long as it's like showing transparency and the actual like situation with things, then
and plan. Yeah, I mean like planning. Yeah, this is essential.
That's a good one. Yeah, perfect. And in terms of the psychology of people management, just share a bit more how you approach it, because people is like the hardest part of the business to manage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any like sort of systems in place or any recommendations that you usually give to people, like in terms of just people management? Kind of, what's your, take on that?
So I believe I like this stuff. So
yeah,
I believe that if you find the right type of person for the right role, it's like finding a key for a lock.
Okay.
For not like every role, every person with will fit and stuff. When you building a team, for me it's like a building ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right? You need to understand what people do you need. For example, I don't know, you don't need 2 leaders in one team.
Yeah.
And a lot of people missing that.
Yeah.
If you have 2 leaders, you will end up with power struggles and stuff, right? Yeah. Maybe for some kind of role, you don't need this, 2 passion person or something like that.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people think that for every role, and a lot of HRs and recruiters do that, they like, oh my God, we need, like this passionate about their work person.
Yeah.
But it's not that for every kind of role. So you need to understand what kind of person do you need here. For some kind of role, perfectly suit somewhat introverted and detail-oriented person who would not do small talks and stuff, but they will do their work fine, right?
Yeah.
For different kind of role, you need someone more extroverted.
Yeah, like balance.
So you need to balance it and always make sure that for this particular role, you will find the right person to fit.
Yeah.
And if you will succeed in that, you will have pretty like well-balanced, well-oiled system with people who is enjoying and they actually feel better about themselves, so they deliver better. Is that when you don't really try to force them to do something unnatural for them. For example, you don't try to I don't know, force someone introverted to
go to small talk.
or like host a meeting or something like that because he hates it, right?
That's true.
So
learning, like, essentially, learning the key thing is like learning the structure of what you actually need, like what kind of people you actually need, what kind of mindsets, what kind of like character. That's the one.
You need to understand that, and with that, of course, you need to learn a bit about psychology, right?
Of course.
A bit about empathy to understand on your interview, like who are you talking to exactly.
That's true. That's a really good one. And I think also, the one I've noticed, like from my experiences, to understand their motivations to work as well, like whether it's just like monetary, whether it's I don't know, some they like to work with people like you, whether they like the product. I think it's also pretty. Is that something that you've seen? Also as well?
Yeah, that's true. Some people, I understand with time that, for example, for someone, it would surprise someone, right? They don't really care about money.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're okay with pretty, I don't know, like
good
level,
basics,
right? They're like, okay, you cover my expenses, that's okay.
Yeah.
But I really do need to do something interesting.
Yeah.
Someone else will care about money. You don't really care about, like, what exactly they're doing. But, I mean, it's okay for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, as long as they deliver.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. No, definitely. It's an interesting thing. And, the one I'm super, super, super interested in myself is how to understand when there is in your opinion, how to understand when there is a crisis coming in a company, like in terms of people, like with burnouts and stuff, how to see it in advance and how to solve it, like how to tackle this problem. Like, what's your take on that? Like, what do you think?
I feel like there is two ways how you could set this up.
Yeah.
First of all, it's about trust between a manager, any kind of manager actually, and your team.
Okay.
Like if it's a big team with leaders, maybe informal leaders of this team, and you need to understand that as well.
Yeah.
And actually with trust, and only with trust, I feel like, you could rely that when something is happening, someone will come to you and say, I heard that this one is really struggling. So he's I don't know, like talk some toxic stuff on the meetings and so on.
Yeah.
So with that, you could see, like this smoke before the fire started.
Yeah, that's interesting. So colleagues essentially giving you kind of like a red like indicator.
Yeah, they give you like a hint that like something is happening. But the good thing, why I'm talking about trust, the good thing, then they talk about it not for like gossip or something, because there is a difference
of course,
when they want to gossip with you or then they trust you, plus they really care about their team and they will actually give you a red flag that like something is happening. So with that you could like carefully approach and not like go and say, oh my god, I heard that you're unhappy here. Right? But you could carefully you could carefully approach and ask and try to understand what is happening. And the other thing is to I forgot the other thing.
That's all right.
What I was telling. The other thing is actually a system. First of all, like we have this like basic but actually pretty useful routine, like a retrospective of the team and stuff. I know like a lot of people underestimate them because they think that, oh my god, like it's something from Scrum or something like that. But it's actually useful because even if your team doesn't really open in these kind of meetings, if you will look carefully and would put a little bit of empathy, you could actually see if someone is not really engaging,
Yeah.
right? They more silent than usual or something like that.
Yeah.
So to pay more attention and make just more routine around people work,
Yeah.
you could actually, see these signals
Yeah.
and approach them and do something before it would go bigger.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Amazing, and also the question I have is one related a bit to what we do in our companies. When it comes to more niche, maybe tech, maybe more niche hiring. How do you guys approach it in your company? Like in general, when it comes to some specific types of people that you need in the team.
I would a bit repeat myself, but culture comes first.
That's the main one, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I know, and actually, I learned it in a hard way because I had an experience when I would hire better technical skills guy
But the worst
with
culture.
but worst culture fit,
Yeah.
worst soft skills and stuff,
Okay.
because I would think, but he's better at this technical
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not really useful, and you will understand with time that if you couldn't agree
Yeah.
on things and you just you couldn't find the right fit even in the communication with this
Yeah.
person,
Then these tech skills
you
don't really.
yeah
help too
I mean
much. Yeah.
you couldn't get anything from them, right?
Yeah.
He will end up they will end up sitting with their great skills by
Yeah.
themselves
Yeah.
because
Of course.
they
Yeah.
they wouldn't do anything from you.
Of course.
So culture thing, definitely.
Yeah.
And this is, of course, we have technical interviews and stuff. First we are checking, depends on the role, we are giving like some tests and stuff.
Yeah.
But by the end, if we
Involved.
see that's culture wise not really our vibe,
Yeah.
I would not hire this person.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the like generally that's the main thing that like if you're feeling uncomfortable working with some person, no matter like what they do, it's just not gonna feel right. I think
Yeah.
that's just as
I
simple
mean,
as that.
I know respectfully, but I know a few people, the smartest one, I mean,
Yeah.
they great,
Yeah.
but we couldn't do anything together
Yeah.
because, I mean, we're not, matching on our tempo and values and stuff because
Yeah.
I feel that we need to do red. They're like, no, I would invest in green.
Yeah.
And what's the point to have this kind
Yeah.
of person in a team? It's better, and actually for them, it's better to find someone with their values,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So that they
And
feel comfortable.
yeah,
as well,
they would do something great together, and I need to find someone who is sharing my values, and we would do something great together.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. And in terms of like because you worked across different verticals, so there was marketing, fintech, now healthcare.
Yeah.
What's your personal favorite one?
I would say now that health
Okay,
and longevity.
so exactly what you do now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, and I'm interested in longevity now too,
Okay.
because then I thought actually to myself, like, if, I think about all of this stuff, and nowadays you have a lot, right? You can do basically anything that
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
I feel like only health, the only thing that actually matters, because, like this saying, then you are healthy,
Yeah.
you care about a lot of things, then you're unhealthy, the only thing that
Yeah.
matters is your health, literally.
Of course. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like for if you feel about, I know, like globally,
Yeah.
about roles and stuff, if we'll invest more in health and longevity,
Yeah.
everyone will benefit from it, because everything else, I mean, like for example fintech and stuff, I mean, money is money.
Yeah. Of course.
There is always
convenience, yeah.
will be something to earn more money, to keep this money, to invest
course,
this
yeah.
money and stuff.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, but health, like, more meaningful for me, I
Yeah.
would say.
I think that's you highlighted the really good tendency. I think generally now, because the access to like startups and building products and everything has gone like way lower than previously.
Yeah.
I think generally now the businesses that are actually matter will start getting like on the stage in front of everyone. So I think in general, not only healthcare, I think also like businesses to do with like employability, to do with I don't know, let's say I don't know, fintechs as well, but on the side of like that, like actually giving opportunities to people like in emerging markets. So I think generally like businesses that matter will be getting more and more exposure now.
Yeah, I feel this trend, and even do you know Brian Johnson, right? Like this company Don't Die.
Yeah.
So some time ago, everyone would laugh at him.
Yeah.
But now I could
actually a
see
thing, yeah.
I could see that the vibe is changing
Yeah.
around his person, because a lot of people invite him for interview and
Yeah,
stuff.
of course.
He now have more attention, and people start to really listen and say, oh my god, I feel like he really makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree, yeah.
And I like actually stuff that he's posting, and I don't know, maybe it comes with age, because maybe, with time I'm like, maybe it's actually a good idea to go to bed around like 10 p.m.
yeah.
Actually,
it starts changing with time.
Yeah. I need to start to do that.
That's a good one, yeah. And specifically with healthcare, what do you think is generally like the future of any interesting trends that you see within the healthcare, like with AI or anything else? Like, what sort of kind of like, what are the most like sort of future the most perspective in the future parts of this vertical, like any specific technologies that you're looking after or anything like that?
Yeah, I feel like diagnostics, better and faster way to find what exactly that you're having, because actually this is the key, right? If you can find the early stage of basically anything, this is, I'm not a doctor or something, but from what I heard and researched, this is actually the key. So if you are having something, or your children could have something, if you will find it like as early as you can, you have much higher chances to beat it. So, and I see a lot of work around diagnostics, around even, like we have a lot of devices could indicate your level of stress,
like hardware,
why you have them, what do you need to do about it. Cool. A lot of like bracelets and stuff, a lot of devices. So, and I don't know, someone told me recently that they develop some kind of bracelet, and it could, like, from your sweat, it could get some data from and tell you from your sweat. That's because cool. It's like the fastest and easiest way to do that. So you don't need like blood or something. That's pretty cool. I feel like around diagnostics. That's and with AI, it's actually much faster. Much more accessible. A long way to go with AI, particularly. But I feel like the future. That's pretty about cool. That.
I was recently watching one interview of the guy in San Fran, and he was telling about the startup that he just recently founded, the AI that is aimed at creating new medicines. So it's essentially like I don't remember exactly how it works, but their point is that we will accelerate the development of medications through AI, building up the structures and the algorithms and the impact and all of that. So it's like fundamental things to the society. It's like super huge. So it's really cool that like this field is.
I like that a lot of people are now, feels like they're working around it a lot. They try and then you see that a lot of smart people, browsing around and trying to understand how this works. And again, like Brian Johnson invests in it a lot, right?
Exactly,
I feel like after maybe like 20 years or so, we would see, some significant changes, some significant results, because it takes time. But again,
the tendencies in general, it's always there.
I like the idea that we could live longer. Much longer, right? Because
of course,
this is the point. I could could live longer, right? Like, I don't know, 1,000 years.
Exactly. No, 100%.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. I think also one question. I've been reading your posts about where you've mentioned that you felt at some point like what was it? You've mentioned that at some point you felt like you failed your first leadership role. There was something like that. And I got a question from that. Can you share about one lesson from your general career experience that you think kind of like the failure that you've had, but that gave you a very critical lesson to your experience, to your career? Is there such a thing to recall?
It's my favorite. But not a positive memory, but it's my actually favorite lesson because it taught me a lot.
Okay.
It was my first, like, about already like 10 years or so, right? It was my first leadership role.
Yeah.
And I was heavily rely on my boss, my first manager at this point. And he, again, it's, coming back to our question about leadership and founders vibe, right?
Yeah.
He was all about money.
Okay.
He was like, money comes first.
Was he the founder? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was a founder, and he was like, money comes first.
Yeah.
And people just resource to do that.
Okay.
And I was like,
that's question.
Okay. I mean, okay, I believe you. Like, let's do that.
Yeah.
So he was my mentor at this time because, it's like, it's my first leadership role. So I'm like, okay, I'm hearing you right. So, and I would start to do just actually the same thing that he did.
Yeah.
Because he would, essentially just be, like rude and disrespectful. And you could feel that he don't really respect and...
It's like old style of management kind of thing.
Yeah, like Soviet Union style.
Conservative style.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
this thing. And at first I was like, okay, I mean, what you can do when you're just so fresh in this role. Okay, well, I will follow you.
Yeah.
And I would start do the same thing. And we ended up with the whole team, they just quit. Literally.
The whole team.
Yeah. It was a marketing agency.
Yeah.
And it was like, at the time, maybe like 20 people or something. But it's an agency.
Yeah,
it's a lot of people.
Yeah, for an agency.
But they agreed. And in like 1 week, everyone except
resigned.
one person
Oh my God.
just quit. And like you could imagine when like...
That's crazy.
I don't know like if you're familiar with the marketing agency, but it's a horror movie with a lot of customers.
Of course.
Who need, everything like today.
Of course, yeah.
And you have, like they're calling and
you
texting you and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't have anyone. Because they just got sick of this approach and this disrespect that was coming from us, from management.
Yeah, makes sense.
And after a while, I was like, I feel like we're doing something wrong here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, it was like a cold shower for me.
Yeah.
And first point, it happens actually, worth to mention, not that maybe like after half a year, then I joined. So I guess like they were tired a little bit before already.
Yeah, so it was kind of like the last moment.
Yeah. So and then I joined and it just continued. So and it was my first red flag. And at this point, I would start to collect, other opinions. I would start to ask my just friends and stuff and say like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong because this is just not working. People don't really want to work when I just say, I need you to work.
Yeah.
Because they need motivation, they need respect, they need care, they need empathy. Course, a lot of, like just human being things, right?
Yeah.
And we did the opposite.
Yeah. So that's the result.
Yeah. But...
Well, yeah. What was your role back at the time? Like, how did you join the company? Was it like...
I joined as a product manager.
Product manager, okay.
But I quickly...
escalated to the more like C-level.
Yeah, I quickly promoted to being like a... How is it?
Like the managing director kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I oversees like the whole like project and stuff. I would, brief clients. So I did a lot of things. And I like that. I mean, the whole
hard lesson,
promotion.
But it's very useful case to have, I think, for a lot of people.
Of course.
I think it's good that you had it pretty well early on in the career. I think it's,
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up with nervous breakdown. Like after 2 years, I quit. I flew to Thailand.
After 2 years after that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, not after like they they quit. I mean, I worked there for 2 years.
Okay.
So like 2 years for me to it takes for me 2 years to understand that I guess this is the wrong direction for me.
Okay, yeah.
I don't really, because like after the one quit, I couldn't quit with them because I'm too responsible for that.
Of course, yeah.
So I help to hire new people to build new team, but this new team,
The concept is still
Yeah.
I get it.
I started at some point. I started to at least try to kind of cover everyone from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
I would say,
makes
but
sense.
it's not really working because
Yeah, it's like going
Yeah.
in the opposite direction of the wind. It's like
Yeah.
not the.
this is why you need like this much with the founder, because after some time I realized that different culture, definitely he didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So we would it's a power struggles, right?
Yeah.
I would talk with Tim and say like, don't really pay attention what he's saying. He could be rude or something, but I love you.
Yeah.
You're doing great. But I'm on holiday or something, and he would directly approach someone.
So it will appear at any point.
Yeah. And they would text me like,
it's happening again.
yeah, it's happening again.
Yeah.
He hates me. He yelled at me, and
my
stuff.
God.
Yeah. So you're like,
Just
I don't know.
Not pleasant environment to work in. It's
No,
as simple as that.
Yeah, I hated that. So, but
That's
after I quit, I flew to Thailand.
Okay.
And I spent,
like
this.
recharge.
Yeah, I spent like 2 weeks just to, staring at the sea and trying to figure this out.
yeah, no, of course. Interesting. That's a really interesting case. And I think just the last question before we wrap up. For you, I ask this question a lot of guests, and I always have different responses depending on like what they do in life. But for you, as head of operations, what does a good day look like for you in terms of like the routine? Like how would you say your perfect day structured?
I don't know. It's the right word to say like head of operations, because for me my like human being routine comes first.
Okay.
Because depends on that.
Yeah.
This is my source of power and everything.
Okay.
And if I have a time to wake up early, do some yoga, have like breakfast with my family, have this quality time, then I will have a good mood, and then I will show up for my people better.
Okay.
So I would say, to when I have time to take care of myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I'm better in general.
Okay.
So
interesting. So it's pretty much like especially I think especially in the morning when it's it's always important to sort of get together with your thoughts with everything and then get to work.
Yeah, I mean I work from home, and it's more crucial when you work from home, because I heard from a lot of people when, for example, you wake up and like 10 minutes before your first call, I mean you're grumpy. Exactly, and you're not really in a pleasant mood. And like, what energy could you give your team? But if you wake up early and you do all this routine, and if you go to bed early again, so if you take care of yourself, it's like about airplanes. You need to put mask first on yourself.
And then on the kid.
Then on the kids. This is exactly the same.
That's a really good comparison. And I think I just got another question that I just randomly popped up before we finish. What do you think in because I think in London with this like with local like hustle culture, it sometimes might be very difficult for people to kind of like keep up with this routine that they prefer for themselves. Would you say would you just say it's something you see in like happening in London in general, because with the local like approach to things?
Yeah, of course. I mean, everything is just too fast in general. I mean, it's too much. You're just, you're going outside. And too much is happening.
Of course.
Right? And the only thing, like the only way how you could keep everything in place is to be pretty, I would say, consistent with yourself. And have some kind of discipline. Because without that, like a lot of people, for example, trying to find or wait for motivation to go to the gym, the simplest thing, right? But for me, it's not about motivation, it's about discipline. And I would put in my calendar, along with my work meetings,
time for
I would actually put time for lunch, because I should have lunch in this particular time, because if I would skip it, I will have a headache
later on
and stuff. So I would put my gym and yoga, all that stuff to just make sure that in my day I have my routine.
Yeah.
I have work. I have family.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And my personal life and stuff.
Yeah.
And only with that, I'm able, able to keep up with this rhythm of big city.
That's a good one. So it's essentially, it comes to the same approach. Essentially, you put yourself first, and then you adapt like the environment around.
Yeah,
to
because
that. Yeah,
because
that's a good one.
Maybe someone will find it egocentric, but you must be egocentric actually in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you are not really taking care of yourself, like what you can bring to the table of your team, let's say, right?
Yeah.
If you're in a bad mood, you're unhappy and stuff, you will eventually show this to them, and
of course,
yeah.
And eventually everything will be negatively impacted if you're not.
Yeah, you will spoil everything.
Exactly.
Literally. So
interesting. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. That's that's a great answer. I think we can wrap up with that. I'll definitely leave all the links to your social media and to Simple App in the description of everything. And I really enjoyed the conversation, our chat. Thanks so much for coming, Alexandra.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.